Hello and welcome to Out and About. I'm Diane Gonzalez. For more than 30 years, the Bright Lights program has provided fun summer learning adventures for area elementary and middle school students. Now it's the adults' turn to try some of those fun classes. Night Lights is a fundraising event that gives adults an evening to be a kid again. And joining me now to talk about Bright Lights and Night Lights is the organization's executive director, Lori Paulson. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Diane.
What is, first of all, what is Bright Lights for those who aren't familiar with it? And tell us a little bit about its history.
You bet. Well, in 1987, a couple of moms decided they really wanted to see more summer enrichment that was based on learning for kids, and they founded this program. Here we are heading into our 34th summer, and we continue to serve the kids of Lincoln specifically with all kinds of summer camps. Some are half day, some are full day, but they're really focused on learning and hands-on experiences.
What are some of the classes like that are coming up for this summer?
You bet. We have, one of the most popular is always the Hogwarts, and that's a full day, and they really get to, immerse themselves in the world of Hogwarts and Quidditch and all of the fun. But we have a lot of STEM specific, so science, technology, engineering, and math. Be an Engineer is a great one. We've got a new one this year on Fold-A-Friend, so we're going to learn some origami.
Oh, cool.
And we also have some great pioneer-based ones. The Life of Laura Ingalls Wilder is one. But there's so many varieties of classes. One of my favorites is Project Funway, and they're going to upcycle clothing, and the kids are going to learn how to use the sewing machine and make designs out of reused clothing.
And someday they might be on Project Funway.
Who
Who knows?
We'll look for them.
And where do you get your teachers?
Our teachers come from mostly the Lincoln area, but sometimes a little bit farther out. We have outstanding educators, and the reason they are so great at this is because they are passionate about what they're doing. They get to pick what class they're going to teach. A lot of them will develop the curriculum, so they are excited to get in there. They develop things that they know kids are going to get excited about. And so we have, and some of them are previous teachers, so we have some retired teachers, but a lot of them are current teachers, and it's great. Some do a half day in the summer, so it's just enough to keep them rolling and sometimes ignite a little spark for them too.
That's right. Now, how has the program grown over the years? For instance, how many classes and students do you expect to involve this next year?
So we've just finished our schedule. We're really excited about that. We have 104 classes.
Oh my gosh.
And those classes are for students kindergarten through 8th grade. And the great thing about that is the variety. We have, if you're an animal lover, we have great things for you. If you want to learn robotics, there's things for you. If you're more on the arts side or mathematics, there's something for everyone. And that's what really has made us special and different through the years. So those classes are in place. We usually have about 1,100 students and then 1,600 total, so some of them will take more than one class.
Wow, that's amazing. Now I understand there's a program fee that probably varies by class.
Right, some of them are, for the half day for example, it's $135.
Okay.
And all of the registration's done online, so it's slick and easy. It shows when the class is full, so it allows people to really make a plan for their children to have a great opportunity to learn during the summer.
All right, the website you want to check out is brightlights.org. The organization, of course, is funded through many means. The tuition doesn't cover everything, and that's where fundraisers like Night Lights are so important. How long have you been doing this fun evening?
We've been doing it for more than 10 years. We have different versions of that. And what we really try to do is recreate the fun that kids have in the summer, but for adults. So we don't have any Hogwarts for the adults, but we have some other things that are really specifically geared for that. In addition, we also have a silent auction and great food and fellowship and fun.
All right. The fee is $50 to be a kid for a night. What kind of activities will people get to try?
You bet. There are 4 different classes that we're offering this year, and we're really excited about the topics. Ice Ice Baby is going to be a great one. That one is cake decorating with the Rabbit Hole Bakery. So you're going to learn how to pipe frosting. And we're pairing that with wines from James Arthur Vineyards.
Not available for children.
Right. This is a 21 and older event. But we're really excited because it's a fun way to do something creative and try a Nebraska product. So we're excited about Ice Ice Baby. We also have This Little Piggy Went to Billy's, and that is sponsored by the pork producers. So it's going to be recipes with pork, and our chef this year is Chef Nodder from Billy's.
Wonderful. Great.
And so everyone's going to get to try those items, and he's going to have some new ideas for enjoying pork.
And the fourth activity is going to be coming to us courtesy of artist Barbara High Street.
Absolutely.
She's going to do some abstract art. And does everybody get to take home a piece then?
Everyone that signs up for that class, and you do that when you register online, will get to take home their own personal artwork.
All right. Well, food by Chef Nodder, wine, cupcakes, and what was the other one?
And the last one's whiskey. We have
whiskey.
Pour
Okay.
Me, the whiskey tasting.
All right.
So Pour's going to do some whiskey tasting with us.
If you're not interested yet, take a look at this video. This is Barbara High Street talking about the art activity that she's going to have people do at Night Lights.
We have not a lot of time, so we're going to do something that's kind of serendipitous. And we put a material on our canvas, on our plain canvas, called Flotro. And it goes on the canvas with the paint. And we start upside down like this, and we are going to turn it, and the paint will flow all over the canvas. It's just gorgeous. We get all these little things called cells, and whatever colors you use. The Flotro enables the paint to run, which you want it to do. It's a little messy. More than anything, I think it's just a color experience. If you're going to do something with a certain color scheme, then you may want to do another one or two at home. Some really big ones would make a big splash on a neutral wall, especially with colors that fit into the color scheme of the home. I would hope that they would see that playing in the paint or whatever class they take would endear them to trying some new experiences, to also get a sense of what we do with kids in the summertime. Here I've been doing Bright Lights for so long, and I just won't give it up.
That looks like a lot of fun, and the artwork is absolutely beautiful.
It's stunning, isn't it? And Barb is such a fun personality to have for a class like this. So anyone that registers for that one, and there is limited seating for that class, you'll want to register for that because it'll be a lot of fun.
All right. Night Lights 2020 is coming up Saturday, February 29th. It's from 6 to 9 o'clock at Turbine Flats. Turbine Flats is at 2124 Y Street. If you haven't been there yet, you're in for a treat. It's a really cool place.
It's a unique location for something like this, but it's also the 29th. It's an extra day in the calendar.
That's
so
right.
It's a chance to try something new.
Okay. Well, let's finish up by talking a little bit about Bright Lights itself again. Why has it been so popular all these years?
I think because we've had such great input from the community and from teachers, from parents, from students, and the classes and camps that we offer are specifically designed based on what kids are really excited about. In addition, because of that variety, because there's something for everyone, we have 104 slots, so there's lots of different things that we can try. And sometimes students come in and they already know what they're excited about, and they're kind of honing those skills. Sometimes they're kind of dipping their toe in the water and trying it out. So it's a great chance for both of those things to happen during the summer.
All right. And when can people start signing up for summer classes?
You bet. March 21st is the start of our registration. Some of those real popular camps do fill up quickly. You can go on now at brightlights.org and you can find out what the different camps are. However, the registration will be up and running by the 21st, on the 21st of March. We also have scholarships available to allow our community to enjoy those, and those need to be completed by April 15th.
All right. This is one of those things that makes Lincoln special.
It is. There's no other program quite like it. We are excited to partner with different groups within the community to put some of our classes together, and we're proud to be a part of the Lincoln community.
All right. If you want to support Bright Lights and have a lot of fun, check out Night Lights 2020. It's coming up from 6 to 9 p.m. Saturday, February 29th at Turbine Flats. That's at 21st and Y Street. Brightlights.org is the website you'll go to for more details about the event, and also to check out the fun classes they have for elementary and middle school students coming up this summer. Thank you so much for being with us,
My
and
pleasure.
best of luck for Night Lights 2020.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. As we go to break, we're going to take a look at what's happening in our museums and galleries, and then Jeff Mall will join us from the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Stay with us.
This city isn't what outsiders think. Lincoln has always had the reputation of being a sleepy Midwest city, but not the type of place people think about living, especially young people. We've just never really been the place people dream about. That's about to change. It's time to change perceptions. Exciting things are happening in our city, big things. Our spirit has a renewed sense of energy, and there's enthusiasm in our collective voice. You can feel it in the streets, see it on the skyline, hear it in the ideas of our young entrepreneurs and creative class. This might be a quiet, laid-back city, but it's buzzing with a flourishing economy and a rich, vibrant culture. Be young, have a booming career, raise a family. You can do it all here, and it just keeps getting better. We're the crossroads of blue skies and bustling progress, the sweet spot of balanced living. It feels good to be here, to be a part of it. In Lincoln, life is right. Now, it's time to let the world know.
Welcome back to Out and About. Jeff Mall joins us now from the Convention and Visitors Bureau. That's a pretty spiffy shirt you
Hey,
have
thank you.
on. Yeah, I like
Wearables, we wear these to trade shows. It's got our brand on it. We're proud of who we are. We're proud of our city, so thank you.
it. There you go.
You look great too.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Got Husker colors on today for, I guess, for the basketball teams.
Right.
There you go.
I love it.
Okay. Let's dive right into the events. We'll be talking about diving a little bit later, but we're going to talk about bowling first because there is a huge event coming to Sun Valley Lanes.
That's right. The Professional Bowlers Association 2020 U.S. Open will be at Sun Valley Lanes. John Lucido and the entire staff are super excited to host this. February 16th to the 23rd, they're going to be with the facility for about 7 days. The finals will be nationally televised live
Excellent.
from Lincoln, Nebraska. And this is just a neat deal. And this is the first PBA tour stop since 1971.
This is great.
Wow.
And they don't do that many. How many tournaments do they have a year? It's only 4.
Yep.
So this is one of 4 major tournaments this year for the PBA. So
Yeah, you look at
big deal.
You look at John Lucido's resume for the last probably 6 or 7 years. The amount of national and international bowling events that are happening at Sun Valley really has put us on the map.
All right. Get ready for girls and boys state basketball then. Everyone invades Lincoln for the girls on Thursday through Saturday, March 5th through the 7th. And then the next weekend, of course, it's time for the boys tournament.
Yeah, we're always excited. We have amazing facilities here in Lincoln. Pinnacle Bank Arena, the Devaney Center, all of our great Lincoln Public Schools. There's a little bit of a rotation every year so that the schools get a chance to display different things as far as their facilities. But to give these kids from across the state the chance to play where the Huskers play, it just fulfills the dream of every kid, whether you're playing volleyball or basketball or football, swimming and diving. Doing that in Lincoln, Nebraska means so much to everybody.
And I remember the first year that the tournaments were at the new
Oh my
Pinnacle
gosh,
Bank
yeah.
Arena, and the kids were just amazed. Just the looks on their faces like, wow.
I walked out of the tunnel with a team from, we'll say, west of Grand Island, and I was there just kind of logistically making sure things were going well. And the eyes of these girls as they were walking onto that court, just looking at the building, and
Wow.
just it's that way every year. And it's
Got a
just
wow.
amazing.
It's still got a wow factor.
It does, it does.
All right. We want to remind you that in addition to football and basketball and volleyball and all those sports, there are also a bunch of kids who work hard at some of the sports that don't get so much attention. We want to draw attention today to the State Swimming and Diving Championship. These are student athletes. They work really hard, and this is a chance for them to do their best.
Yeah, this will be at the Devaney Center February 27th, 28th, and 29th. The first day will be diving, and the next 2 days will be the swimming portion. So if you want to pick a specific sport of those two to go watch, please do that. If not, show up all 3 days for some great swimming and diving activity.
All right, let's go to the ice. We've got Lincoln Stars in action, Omaha Lancers, Sioux City Musketeers, the Tri-City Storm, and the Madison Capitals are all on the schedule for the next month.
A couple interstate rivalries in there, including the Omaha Lancers and the Tri-City Storm from Kearney. Will be coming to the ice box. Lots of great hockey action going on with the Lincoln Stars.
And if you like to ice skate yourself, probably not too many more chances to do the ice rink in the rail yard. Supposed to be in this almost 60 on Sunday as we're taping this, so this is probably the last time you're going to see this announcement for this year.
And typically as we start talking about state high school championships in March, yeah, we're getting really close to shutting down the ice rink. So get out and enjoy the rail yard ice rink, pick up a cup of coffee, a hot chocolate or whatever down there, and have some great family fun.
All right, 60 degrees is still skating weather, isn't it?
Sure it is.
As long as the ice is there.
Cargo shorts and ice, love it.
We have a lot of fun things for you to do with your kids as we move into February. We're going to start with a night hike at Pioneers Park Nature Center. There's going to be a full moon on March 6th, so get out there and see all the critters.
Remember to dress for the weather, and the event itself will begin just as the sun is beginning to set.
All right. There's also a fun art class. This would be for kids who are a little bit older. Learn how to draw a bison at the Nature Center.
Techniques and skills to be taught include correct shapes and proportions, shading, fur, and facial features. Should be a lot of fun going on over at the Prairie Building at Pioneers Park.
And a big thank you to Glenda Dietrich Moore for sharing her talents with all the students who'll be there. We talked a little bit about Bright Lights in the
Yes.
first segment of the show. This is another opportunity for kids to do some playing and learning at the same time. And this is at Gateway, a project of the Lincoln Early Childhood Network.
Probably a portion of a life that is the most influential, that is early childhood. Great opportunity to get out and enjoy some great interaction, healthy parenting classes, things to learn. The String Beans will be performing out there as well. The fair is a project, like you said, of the Early Childhood Network and should be a lot of fun. Gateway Mall, the event is free. Great way to introduce your young family to these pathways.
And this event was created to support Prosper Lincoln's early childhood goal of nurturing every child on the path to success. So a fun, free event at Gateway. If your kids are into stamps, or you think they might be, you might check out the Stamp Show at the Country Inn and Suites. This is their annual stamp show.
Great chance to enjoy stamps, covers, and other items great that will be on display. Knowledgeable club members offer free evaluations of collections. So if you have stamps at home, you're wondering about where they came from, do they have value, great chance to bring those out. And the United States Postal Service sells current stamps on Saturday.
And they also have a kids area. Kids and adults have the chance to buy domestic and foreign stamps for only a penny or a nickel a piece. So fun time for kids to do some shopping. The Shrine Circus is back for the 75th year.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. And this one, they say, is an all-new show.
Yeah, exciting professional circus performers, animal acts, and high wire acts Animal rides, of course, great food, cotton candy, snow cones, hot dogs, and the magical beginning of the show with blinking swords and flashing ray guns.
Oh, yes.
There's always that point where they say, hey, kids, get out your blinky toys. They bring the lights down and everything lights up. And I love the circus. My dad was in the shrine. I went to a lot of parades.
I thought you were going to say your dad was in the circus.
No, my dad was in the shrine and went to a lot of parades and circuses. And I think it's something every kid should have a chance to experience.
Did you ever want to run away and join the circus?
No.
I never did
No,
either.
you never thought about that?
No, it looks dangerous.
Like jumping on a rail car and just going to the next stop?
Of course, I grew up on a farm. That's dangerous enough. So,
Enough animals.
also at the event center, the annual train show is coming up. They're going to have all sizes of the trains there. Trains, model trains, continue to just be a fascinating hobby for so many.
They are sizes Z, N, H, O, and G. Silent auction items, garage sale, hourly door prizes, how-to clinics, kids play area. A lot of these events we've been talking about have great interactive kids activities. This will be at the Lancaster Event Center.
And more fun for the kids continues at the Haymarket Theater, where they're going to present Alice in Wonderland.
That's right. This is the great story of Alice as she goes down the rabbit hole as she chases the white rabbit through Wonderland, the Mad Hatter, the Red Queen, and much, much more. Through the Looking Glass and Poetry by Carol, this adaptation of the classic story is unlike any other that you will see.
All right, the Lincoln Symphony Orchestra is doing its children's show. This one features some of the work of Lemony Snicket, very popular writer. The Composer is Dead.
Wow. Follow along as the inspector actor William Shomas investigates with members of the orchestra in order to find out the whodunit kind of mystery. Great musical petting zoo, crafts, and other family activities. This will be at Nebraska Wesleyan's O'Donnell Auditorium.
Now, the Lincoln's Symphony Orchestra has a busy month coming up. They've got a concert at the Lead Center then featuring Russian dances.
This looks like a lot of fun.
It does. It
Russian
does.
composers will deliver some great music. The evening comes to a close with a suite from the third of Stravinsky's ballet masterpieces, the charming and brilliant Petrushka. Lots of fun going on at the Lead Center.
We've got Rimsky-Korsakov, and we've got Shostakovich, and as you mentioned, Stravinsky. Lots of great Russian composers. This should be a really fun concert. They also are going to Hollywood then on March 14th, featuring some of your favorite movie tunes.
In addition to favorites like E.T., Star Wars, and Indiana Jones, they'll celebrate classics like Gone with the Wind, The Pink Panther, and Lawrence of Arabia. Dress up as your favorite character, an interactive kind of presentation going on. There'll be a photo booth before the concert, a chance for you to show off your wares and be against a cool backdrop.
And if you were going to dress up as a movie character, who would you be?
I gotta go something Star Wars, right?
Yeah?
I could say, I'll do Indiana Jones, but really, if you followed the Star Wars trilogy, Darth Maul,
Really?
right? Do you got it? Do you got it?
Darth Maul.
This would be awesome. Yeah,
I'm going to start calling you Darth.
I know. He might be relation. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. You should research that. Ancestry.com.
Ancestry.com, yeah.
Nebraska Brass is also going to do some dance music for us. Their concert is called Music for Dancing.
Presenting selections from across 500 years of dance music, from Renaissance courtly dances of the Tillman Susato through the waltzes of Johann Strauss to the 20th century ballads of Hoagie Carmichael. Look at me go.
There you go.
This program is sure to get your toes tapping.
All right. The free live music continues at Shea Soto at 11th and K. Capital Jazz Society takes over Monday night. Every Monday night there's a big band, a trio, the first Monday Jazz Jam, lots of fun stuff there. And then on Thursday nights, Shea Soto hosts local bands. Again, don't miss the Cuban Missile Crisis. We're not quite sure. I have never heard of this band,
Right.
but it could be a lot of fun. String Demons are there. Jim Williamson, who's terrific. Orion Walsh. It's Monday Jazz, Thursday local bands.
Shea
at
Soto, 11th and K Street.
All right. We also want to mention, we mentioned this last time, but Lincoln Exposed is celebrating its 15th anniversary. This is local bands a chance to shine at some of our great downtown venues.
The Zoo Bar, Duffy's Tavern, the 1867 Bodegas Alley, and the Bourbon. All venues are 21 and over except the Bourbon, which is 18 and over. The full schedule will be released in mid-January.
All right. You can check out all the schedule on Facebook, so make sure you get out and see some of your favorite local bands.
Yes.
Ta-Da is celebrating its 20th season, and they're starting with the big one, the music of Andrew Lloyd Webber, and this is getting lots of buzz.
Yeah, this is featuring songs such as Evita, Cats, Phantom of the Opera, Sunset Boulevard, Joseph, An Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and Jesus Christ Superstar. Bob Rook, Andrew Lloyd Webber, he loves doing these works, and it should be a great night of the music of Andrew Lloyd Webber.
All right. Nebraska Repertory Theater is presenting a world premiere production, 1,000 Words. It's kind of based on the old saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words.
An incredible and deeply revealing journey that explores the power of a photograph to capture a moment in time. There are no actors in this groundbreaking production, only real people with meaningful photos, as well as the stories to go with it. The Temple Building, great venue for these types of productions.
Yes, it is. Nebraska Wesleyan has a couple of great productions coming up. Glengarry, Glen Ross. You can see the all-male cast set in the 80s, and then the all-female cast set in present day.
It's for mature audiences. The all-female cast performances are on the 12th, 14th, and 16th. The all-male cast performances are on the 13th and 15th.
All right. American Idiot is also hitting the Nebraska Wesleyan stage. This is the music of Green Day.
Green Day, who knew, right? Yes.
There you go. This was a big hit on Broadway.
Yeah, this rock musical captures the struggle between rage, love, disaffection, and desire like only the band Green Day can. American Idiot, Nebraska Wesleyan's McDonald Theater.
The Angels Theater Company's Salon Reading Series continues. It's the first Sunday of the month, 2 o'clock on March 1st. It's going to feature Grounded by George Brandt. Some of our best local actors do a reading of the play, and then there's a chance for discussion afterwards. It's a great way to kind of see a play and be able to discuss it and focus really on the words.
Right, and this year's theme is breaking boundaries. I think it's just a wonderful statement. When you tell people to break boundaries, it's just a wonderful way to kind of open your eyes and see through some walls that might be out there. So a lot of fun going on with this production.
All right. Playhouse is busy right now in rehearsal for the Sunshine Boys, paying tribute to Neil Simon, one of the greatest comic playwrights.
Yeah, the New York Post acclaimed this show as Ham on Rye, W-R-Y, and the New York Daily News raved another hit for Simon is a shrewdly balanced, splendid, and rather touching slice of his showbiz life.
Couple names you'll recognize. Scott Glenn plays one of the Sunshine Boys, and Judy Hart is directing. So
impressive cast.
yeah, seen him hanging out at the Playhouse. They're having a good time.
Hanging out with you.
Hanging out with
I
us.
know.
Yeah, yep. And then Russ's is doing its annual wine and food experience. This has been an amazing event to support the Playhouse. This is the 12th year. In the first 11 years, they've raised $400,000, and believe me, the Playhouse has put that to good use.
Thank you, Russ's. I mean, this is a great event. Thank you, community of Lincoln. About 90 booths will fill the main ballroom, offering a local and international selection of wines, cheeses, gourmet desserts, beef, seafood. An amazing night out. You will have to make some reservations for this as well. Get involved, get in there early if you can.
And do not eat before you go.
No. In fact, I wouldn't even encourage eating lunch that day.
All right, the 2020 Lincoln Heart Ball is the big event to celebrate the Heart Association and all the great work that they do.
Yeah, Heart Ball celebrates these efforts to build a foundation of health in our community while helping people connect, innovate, and influence and invest in advancing their efforts to change health outcomes. This will be at the Embassy Suites.
And now for something completely different. We have a shootout at Salt Creek. It's time for the Cowboys to get out and play.
Competitors use Old West style pistols, rifles, and shotguns to compete in the course of fire. Shooters will furnish their own guns and ammunition. Loaner equipment may be available upon request for competitors. Cowboy clothing is encouraged. You're really going to feel like you're back in the time. No tennis shoes, no baseball caps or t-shirts.
No shirts. This is indoor cowboy action competition.
If we could figure out a way to do this in black and white, right? Make it feel like it's era specific. This is a really neat event. Nebraska Game and Parks Outdoor Education Center on Superior. If you go for that event, take a look inside because it's a great way to introduce your kids to a lot of different outdoor education.
All right, the information they provided warns us this is cowboy country.
Ooh.
So,
not for the weak.
got to saddle up your horse and ride out to the Outdoor Education Center.
Yes.
Jeff, what a fun slate of events.
This was fun. Yeah.
You know, February is usually kind of a gray, dreary month, but you can certainly keep yourself entertained.
It should be a lot of fun. If people want to find out more information on what's going on in Lincoln, you can log on to our website, lincoln.org. Give us a call at 434-5348. That will bring you to our visitor center at 7th and P. We're in the Haymarket, but we've also got an office at 1128 Lincoln Mall with the Chamber of Commerce.
All right. Thank you very much, Jeff Mall, for being here with us today. Lots to do.
Yeah, so much going on in this community. We encourage people to get out and have a good time.
All right. As we go to break, we're going to take a look at what else is happening at the Lead Center and at the Lancaster Event Center. Then Tom Lorenz will be here with all the activities going on at the arena and at Pinewood Bowl later this summer. Stay with us.
This city isn't what outsiders think. Lincoln has always had the reputation of being a sleepy Midwest city, but not the type of place people think about living, especially young people. We've just never really been the place people dream about. That's about to change. It's time to change perceptions. Exciting things are happening in our city, big things. Our spirit has a renewed sense of energy, and there's enthusiasm in our collective voice. You can feel it in the streets, see it on the skyline, hear it in the ideas of our young entrepreneurs and creative class. This might be a quiet, laid-back city, but it's buzzing with a flourishing economy and a rich, vibrant culture. Be young, have a booming career, raise a family. You can do it all here, and it just keeps getting better. We're the crossroads of blue skies and bustling progress, the sweet spot of balanced living. It feels good to be here, to be a part of it. In Lincoln, life is right. Now, it's time to let the world know.
Welcome back to Out and About. I'm pleased to be joined by Mr. Elton John and also Tom Lorenz here, talking about what's happening at Pinnacle Bank Arena and Pinewood Bowl. Elton's coming up later this summer, but we have a lot of stuff in the meantime.
We filled a few things in between now and then, so
Yes, you have.
it'll be pretty cool.
So basketball season is kind of winding down.
It's, you know what though, there's still some great games in February, a couple in early March, and both teams are so exciting. You know, the women's team is just outstanding there. I think they're headed towards NCAA world.
Great.
And the men's team, you know, they don't have the wins yet, but they are dynamic. There's a lot of talent there, and it's just fun to see Fred make a change. You know, every week these guys get better and better. So still lots of attendance, lots of fun things to do, and great to have people cheer on the Huskers.
And a great venue for basketball.
It works out well, and it's recognized that it is really a great place to see it. And so, yeah, it's just fun to do that.
And in between all the basketball, you've managed to work in 3 shows in February, starting with Korn and Breaking Benjamin on the 18th.
Korn, you know, we haven't had them before. A great rock band, really, you know, kind of that hard rock edge. Known for a long time, they've been out there. And then Breaking Benjamin, almost feeling like the house band. It's about the 3rd or 4th time they've been in, but everybody loves them, and they're such great artists. And so put the two together, it'll be a great show on February 18th. And then we go right into another great rock band, Kiss.
Wow.
And, you know,
Classic.
God, I can remember in high school listening to Kiss. You know, they've been around for a long, long time. You know, they were the first ones out there with the makeup and fire and all the cool pyro. And so, I mean, they're the best at what they do there. And now they've added kind of a cool thing. They got David Lee Roth coming to join them. And David Lee is interesting in his own right. He's,
Yes,
is that a nice
he
way to
is.
say it?
That's a good way to say it.
Yeah, and he'll add this kind of cool starting for it. He's got a great history. I think he's doing some, you know, like a little residency in Vegas and everything else. So 2 of them together will make a heck of a night for rock and roll. And we've still got some Kiss tickets left, and so I think there's probably some pretty good deals on them too. So great night, February 25th.
And then one of your favorites, I know, is coming back at the end of February, February 29th, our extra day this year.
Yep, so that's, we slipped that in. It's kind of a weekend. Zach Brown coming out. And We love the Zac Brown Band. They've started a couple tours at our place, so they've spent some time there. Wonderful group of musicians. They always bring really good people, and this year they got Amos Lee and Pooh Bear. But Zac isn't just a music guy, he's a food guy, and he's a wine connoisseur, and all of those things. He's kind of this Renaissance man, and they're very great people. Lots of different styles in their music, you know, though there's kind of like different phases in his life where he was really country, and then he was a little more pop, and then he did some cover. As he comes together for this tour, this is the Owl Tour, and really kind of maybe back more to his country roots, but everybody has a great time when he comes in, and fun to sing along with.
All right, DaBaby is coming March 11th. I saw him perform on SNL.
He is an upcoming rapper, a really good talent. He started out putting, I think, some of his sound or some of his music on SoundCloud, and was kind of discovered there. Lots of talent, and it's fun to see these young guys kind of come up and really create their own space and have their own sound with their beats and everything else. And Lil Durk is the opener for him. DaBaby will be a big deal, and we caught it just at the right time, and it'll just peak. I know he's been, mentioned for Grammys and all these different things. So yeah, really cool to have them there.
All right, the Bulls and Broncs are back in March.
We've always done rodeo, and it's been we maybe missed one or two times in the last, I've been here 23, 24 years, and it's always fun to do, and it's kind of traditional, I think, for Nebraska and certainly for Lincoln. Lots of talented cowboys out there. It's that guy against that that raging bull, and so this one's just bulls, and then we have what ranch broncs are. It's a really raw horse. It's not your traditional bucking bronc. These are a little bit less, I wouldn't say trained, but they're just really raw. The guys get to have a different saddle. They can hang on to the saddle. It's more like if you were going to go out to a ranch and actually see them breaking horses. This is what it's going to look like. So nice to have the two there. Our promoter out of North Dakota does a great job. There's always some cool halftime acts, and it should be a fun couple nights at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
And then just a couple weeks later, Monster Jam. Do you keep the same dirt from the rodeo and Monster Jam?
We tried to do that one year, and it actually kind of worked, but we actually have to take it out and put it back in for this. And they have different kind of dirt needs. You want to have a little more drier, kind of a little softer stuff for rodeo, but for Monster Jam, we pack it pretty well.
Yeah.
And they do that great big mound in the middle, and it, if you look at it from a distance, it looks like it's not that big. It's about 6 or 8 feet tall, and the trucks hit it. It's amazing, and I get to see a lot of shows, and maybe I don't see every minute of the show. When Monster Jam comes, I try to be out there for every minute. It's so much fun. There's so many cool things. It's a family event. It's not just guys, and it gets bigger and bigger every year. The drivers are more talented. The equipment is more sophisticated all the time. It's just the coolest thing to see these trucks jump and run, and it works out great at Pinnacle Bank Arena. And they haven't hit the bleachers for a long time, so we're in really good shape. Yeah.
That's good. Another legend is coming April 20th. Cher is coming back to PBA.
Cher is just that, iconic. I love the artist with just one name. And,
that's right.
They've been around so long. She's so multi-talented besides movies and everything else. She's a great singer, a great writer. She's got Nile Rodgers and Chic with her. And her shows are just, it's a costume change almost between every song. There's so much pageantry, talent, the sound is great, the set is wonderful, and we always welcome Cher back. And if this is her last time or if she comes back 5 more times, it'll be great to have her either way.
All right. Couple of new events coming up then at the end of April. UFC Fight Night. That's a big one.
That's huge. UFC right now is really riding high. They've had some really great fights. They've got a lot of press out there. Anthony Smith and Glover, and I'm going to mispronounce his name, Teixeira, are our key fight. But there's also a great fighter from Lincoln who's going to be here. A Nebraska fighter is coming in. These are really good. We do MMA fights, a couple times throughout the year, and they're terrific. This is just that really next level up, and these guys are professionals and girls. We'll have girls fighting also. UFC, a lot of pageantry in it, a lot of excitement, great lighting and everything else, and I love having them back. I mean, it's a big deal to get them here, so they asked to come back, and we're more than happy to host them.
All right. And then Brantley Gilbert, he's been here before. How many times?
He's been at, he hasn't, I don't know if he's been at at Pinnacle. I may have been there once, but he's been at Pinewood or at Pershing a couple times. And great artist. You know, really kind of an independent. He hasn't played the big country artist games. He has been a great independent, puts out his own stuff. He's got 2 great openers, Chase Wrights and Brandon Lay, and it is a rockin' night of country. I mean, he's that line between, you know, great country and rock, and they put them together, and it's an exciting, high-energy show.
Okay, something fun for the kids then the first weekend in May. We've got Paw Patrol. They're very popular.
They really are. I mean, you talk to any parent and you mention Paw Patrol, and the kids are all over it. It's a great show. It's lots of fun.
It's really cute.
It really is, and there's, you know, great lessons the kids learn, and to have it full size, everybody loves puppies, and the, you know, the set looks terrific. It's so much fun, and I think we'll do 5 shows of that, and it's May 2nd and 3rd. It's fun to have them in.
All right, Kane Brown coming May 7th.
So Kane was an opener for Chris Young, and he really kind of drew the crowd. It was not that Chris wasn't good, but Kane was just outstanding, and he continues to get bigger and bigger. I remember recently, I mean, he's been featured on all the different country shows, CMAs and everything else. The guy is talented, and it's kind of the next wave of country music. And it's very young, very hip, and to have him back, this thing's selling big. So this will be a sellout by the time we do it. And he's got 2 great openers, Russell Dickerson and Chris Lane. Sometimes if you don't know those openers, take a little time on YouTube and spend with them. They are amazing also. So that's going to be a great night of country music.
All right. My favorite, Elton John, is here in June. This is going to be a special concert.
It really is, and you know, he's been an entertainer for so long. I was just reading a great interview with Bernie Taupin about how they work together, and the talent level is just, you know, way above the sky there. And he's done terrific shows. It's just wonderful to have him back in Lincoln. They have always enjoyed their time here, and this is kind of his last big tour, and so to pick it up maybe close to the end of it, his talent is just, again, outstanding. Elton will be a fun night.
Are there tickets left?
There are very few tickets left, and so when you go on Ticketmaster, you'll see VIPs and platinum tickets, and they're a little bit more expensive, but there are some tickets available there yet.
Right. And Justin Bieber made it official. He is, in fact, coming June 18th or 16th.
This is a big deal, and this is the, you know, so Elton's on a Tuesday on the 9th, and this is a week later on the same Tuesday. Justin Bieber is just really cool. He came and did a terrific show last time. He's got new music. He's got kind of a whole new outlook on life. A lot of things have changed for him. He's got an album dropping on February 14th. That's the day of our public on sale for the tickets. And it's really going to be great to have him back. We're sandwiched between, they're going to play in Denver at Mile High Stadium, then they come back into the arena for our setting, and then they go right to Chicago for Soldier Field. So, you know, this is really a stadium tour that they're slipping in a couple arenas, and we're honored to be one of them.
That's wonderful. All right. A couple shows that coming up that are a little more on the comedy side. Dude Perfect in June and Impractical Jokers in July.
Those are both kind of cool, different sort of shows. You know, the Dude Perfect, these guys do all kinds of sports challenges, and it is, you know, for guys but a lot of women really love what they do. They're really internet sensations. I mean, they have literally millions of hits on their page, and you get to watch them do, you know, any kind of sports bet. You know, sort of like I bet I can do that, and they're talented. They make it fun, and it's a really live, interactive show. And then the same thing with Impractical Jokers. We had those guys out at Pinewood. That show sold out in a minute. There's a lot of cool different things. It's kind of like when we used to watch Candid Camera, except now they talk to them in their ear and they try to embarrass each other out there. And it does translate well into a show, and it'll be great to have them there July 29th.
All right. Hometown boy James Valentine is coming back with Maroon 5 and with Meghan Trainor on August 6th.
That's a real great pair. First, Maroon 5 is terrific. You know, and when they played at Pershing, just when they were first starting to get really big, and that was, you know, James really wanted to come back and play at Pershing. It was the smallest show they played in this huge tour. We've had them once before. They're a terrific arena show. They're coming back, and having Meghan Trainor as an opener, Meghan can also go out and do solo stuff by herself. So to have Maroon 5, they have a lot of different styles of music. And remember they've done Super Bowl openings as we're getting close to Super Bowl. A lot of fun with that. That show is selling very well also.
All right. A new announcement, Chris Stapleton is coming back. Last time, our video guy Bo informs us he opened for Eric Church.
And he's a relatively new country superstar, but the guy's talented. I mean, it seems like it's somebody that has been around forever. Deep country and a tremendous voice. And if you watch, the CMAs, he's doing duets with everybody, and his style is so unique. And I mean, he's not one of these guys that is, a rock guy who jumps over the stage. He's up there playing deep, serious country music, and it's outstanding. Sold out 2 shows in Omaha. We've been trying to get him over here. Really glad. 2 great openers, Marcus King Band and Yola. Marcus King Band, kind of a, I don't know, I guess you could describe it maybe as Allman Brothers, Skinner type, coming up country band. But then Yola, who is more it's not pop, but it's going to be very unique. And again, cutting edge kind of country stuff. So we're really happy to have Chris. I've been hoping for that one myself for a long time.
All right. Let's go outdoors to Pinewood Bowl. We've got a big new show. Your season's kind of taking shape.
It is.
We've got a couple of legends coming in August.
Well, Beach Boys in America. I mean, what a great pairing.
That's pretty cool.
And it's not, and they're kind of co-headliners there, and they're both outstanding. Beach Boys, the music we've grown up with. They play all the hits. We had them we tried to have them at Pinewood a couple years back, and it rained so hard that day that we moved them inside. They did a great show inside. I think we'll have good weather, hopefully, on August 2nd.
Yeah, they had another rain out concert east
I remember
of town.
a few years ago.
That turned out to be kind of a big muddy mess.
That was out at a racetrack there, and the stories in that are legends.
That's right.
But no, they'll come back here and do a terrific job in America. Again, you can think of 10 America songs and sing along word for word with every one of them. You can start with Horse with No Name. It's if you go back in history, it's like one of the first big shows I ever went to years and years ago, back in the 70s. So it's great to have them here, and they have the 2 together. It'd be a wonderful night out at Pinewood Bowl.
The other show that's already been announced in September is Vampire Weekend.
Vampire Weekend, really, really strong band. I noticed that they were up for a Grammy also, and for like Album of the Year, I believe it was. And so, talented bunch of people. Be really fun. It's kind of an alternative folk a little bit there. And it's a big deal to get them here. It'll be a really great tour.
All right. Well, we look forward to more new announcements from both of your great venues.
We got more stuff coming, and we love all the support, and it's going to be a terrific year, Diane.
All right. PinewoodBowlTheater.com and PinnacleBankArena.com. Those are the websites where you want to check out all the great events coming up. Tom, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. That is all for this month's Out and About show. I want to thank all the guests we had today. If you missed any events, stay tuned. We'll run a list again right after the show. Thank you for joining us. We hope to see you out and about.